Mechilta says, one of the Midrashim, the Mechilta says on the Pasuk, Hashem Yilachim Lachem, that we're going to read on the 7th day of Pesach, before Kriyas Yamsov. So the Yidden said, what are we going to do? Moshe said, don't worry, Hashem is going to fight for you. Hashem is going to do battle for you. Vatem tachrishon, you just wait quietly for the Yeshua, for the salvation of Hashem. And the Yidden asked, says the Mechilta, so what should we do? They said, you're going to be able to exalt HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're going to be able to sing songs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. At that moment, the Jews opened their mouths and they said, Ashira L'Hashem ki goy goah. So we will sing to Hashem ki goy goah. So this is even before the Nes happened, even before the miracle happened of the splitting of the Red Sea. The Yidden already said that we're going to sing the song. They already believed in Hashem, they already believed that that's going to be, and they already sang the song. Furthermore, the Mechilta says that at that moment they had Ruach HaKodesh, they had some sort of prophecy, even prophetic vision, what's going to be, and they were able to already sing the song even though the miracle had not yet happened. Okay, this is very beautiful, but the truth is that the Psukim seem to contradict this, because if you look at the Torah says that the Jews saw that the Egyptians were dead on the banks of the sea, and then they believed in Hashem, and then they sang. And in the song itself, in the Oz Yashar itself, you look at the Psukim, it's all in the past. That Hashem drowned the Egyptians, they all drowned, those drowned like the straw, those drowned like the stones, but it's all in the past tense. It doesn't seem like the whole Shira said in the future tense. So what's going on? On the one hand, it seems like from the first Pesukim, the Mechilta is right. Ashir al Hashem, I will sing to Hashem. So it seems like the Mechilta is right. Even before the Nes happened, they were already preparing the song. But on the other hand, from the song itself and from the storyline, before and after the song, it seems like they sang the song only afterwards. What's happening over here? In order to understand this, there's a famous explanation that's given by the Vilna Gaon. The Maggid of Dubna brings the words of the Vilna Gaon. On the one hand, the Pasuk says, another contradiction. On the one hand, the Pasuk says, Vayaveu b'nei Yisrael b'seich hayom be'abasha. The Jews went in the sea on the dry land. But then later on, a few psukim later, it says, 7 psukim later, it says, V'nei Yisrael hochel be'abasha b'seich hayom. They went on the dry land in the sea. So what was it? Was it in the sea in the dry land, or was the dry land in the sea? And is there a difference between those two phrases? It's just semantics. But why did Torah at the beginning calls it the sea on the dry land, through the sea on the dry land, and later on calls it the dry land within the sea? And the Vilna Gaon says very beautiful. It says, we know that Nachshon ben Aminadav, says the Medrash famously, it tells us that, the Gemara in Saita tells us that Nachshon ben Aminadav jumped into the water even before it was split. And then the Shevi Yehuda went after him, and then all of Klal Yisrael went. The Rabbeinu Bechaya actually says that when Nachshon ben Aminadav and his Sheva went into the raging sea, it didn't split. Wherever they stepped, they turned into dry land, and the next step in front of them was still the sea, the raging sea, and they stepped again, another step. Each step was a step of great faith in Hashem that everything's going to be okay. And as they stepped, the water turned into dry land. Says the Vilna Gaon. So the Jews were watching. Some of the Jews had tremendous faith and they jumped in and they started walking. They walked in the water, through the water on the dry land. When they walked in, it was water, and then it became dry land. Then the other Jews said, hey, it's working. Hey, this looks good. We're going to do it too. So then they went into the sea, and then it was dry land already within the raging sea. That's how we understand the difference between at the beginning where it says in the sea and the dry land, and later on it says the dry land in the sea. Says Rabbi Yerucham Olshin, this maybe explains if we know that there's two groups. So there were two groups in the how they approached the faith and how they approached singing the song. There were those people, and in fact, there's a Targum, says Rabbi Yerucham Olshin, there's a Targum in Shir Hashirim that says that the tzaddikim sang Shira. And the question on the Targum is, what do you mean the tzaddikim sang Shira? The whole Klal Yisrael sang Shira. So therefore, Baruch Moshe says there were two groups. There were the tzaddikim, they were the ones who really believed in Hashem, and they said right away, Ashir al Hashem. As soon as Moshe told them, Hashem's going to fight with you, everything's going to be okay, they believed so much in Hashem that they already prepared the song that they're going to sing later on. So they believed in Hashem. The rest of Klal Yisrael, Vayar Yisrael, Es Mitzrayim, Yisrael, Vasayim, that's the rest of Klal Yisrael. They only said the Shira after the fact, after they were able to already witness the miracle in front of their eyes. Then they also joined, and they sang the Shira, which already started before the miracle happened, with the tzaddikim and those who believed in Hashem. Now we're entering the 7th day of Pesach, the end of Pesach. It's a Yom Tov of Amunah. It's a Yom Tov when we focus on strengthening our Amunah, our faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our belief in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And of course, one has to be blind to not see the miracles around us, that Hashem saves us every day from all our enemies that surround us, but that's in hindsight. But the real test of faith for the Jew is he who believes in the miracles before they happen. And we should strive to be like the tzaddikim, to those in that generation, the generation of Yetzias Mitzrayim, that they believed so much when all Moshe told them was Hashem is going to fight for you, everything's going to be okay. Immediately they realized, they understood, and they believed everything's going to be fine. That's the level we should strive to reach. At least today on the 7th day of Pesach, as we celebrate the 7th day of Pesach, we celebrate the Kriyas Yamsuf. We should strive and we should pray to Hashem that He give us the possibility to come to that level of Amunah, faith, to believe in Hashem that it's going to be so, and there will be a salvation, and there will be Yeshua, Yeshuas Hashem Keheref Ayin. We should all be zeichet to see the true Yeshuas Hashem, B'shuva Hashem B'shivas Tzion, when Hashem brings us back to Eretz Yisrael with the ultimate Geula. May it be this year, B'mheir V'yameinu. Have a good Yom Tov. To subscribe, you'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.